Hey babes, this is Jenni from ChronicBabe.com, and you're with me for another AWAP Wednesday. AWAP stands for as well as possible, and in all things, that's what I want for you. I want you to be as well as possible despite having chronic illness. I want you to kick ass and take names no matter how big a sicko you are. Today's AWAP Wednesday video is courtesy of a fellow chronic babe, and she writes, "Dear Jenni, what is the best way to handle loved ones who want to micromanage what we as chronic babes either do or don't do? Even when I know it's done with love and concern for my health, I still get pissed that they don't act like I'm a grown-up. Even with my limits, I want to have some say as an adult about what happens in my life." That is a great question, babe. I know that there is probably no one in this huge chronic illness community who has not had a loved one or family member or friend try to micromanage their approach to chronic illness. So I've got a few ideas for you that might help calm things down. Your question is missing a couple pieces of information that would help me answer it a little more detailed. So for the sake of the wider audience, I want to fill in the blanks a little bit. So I'm going to make two assumptions about you. One is that you're an adult, not that you're a child or a teenager or a young adult living at home with your parents. And two, that you live on your own or live with a partner or live with a roommate, that you have your own space where you live, and that there are still people who want to micromanage your life. The first thing I try to do when someone tries to get all up in my business is remind myself that that is coming from love. That whether I love what they're doing or not, that they're usually well-meaning and they usually care a great deal, and even though they're annoying the crap out of me, what they're doing is coming from a place of love. And when I remind myself about that, it helps take the sting out of a lot of those interactions. If you're walking around all the time thinking that someone's trying to micromanage you because they think you're a moron or because they hate you and are trying to scheme against you, well, that's no good. The reality is most of these people are parents, our family members, our loved ones, folks we know from church or synagogue or mosque, people who are our neighbors, colleagues. They mostly mean well. Remembering that their even misguided efforts are coming from a place of love helps me keep from doing violence or getting super duper annoyed. It helps me keep a little perspective. Next, it's a good idea to practice phrases that can help when you have these kinds of interactions. You may want to say things like, "Thanks for your advice, but I've totally got this," or "I really appreciate your input. I know that you care a great deal, and I want to reassure you that I've got this under control." You may want to practice saying those kinds of things out loud over and over again, because you may not be used to saying them, and it might just take a little practice before you get kind of cozy with those phrases, with those concepts. You might get resistance. Oh, okay, who am I kidding? You are totally gonna get resistance. But you've got to push back. Kind but firm. Push back. And to help you practice these things and learn more, you may want to bone up on your boundaries. That might mean reading a couple books. Like my favorites are Boundaries, Where to Draw the Line by Anne Catherine, or the seminal, amazing How to Disagree Without Being Disagreeable. Links to both of those are in the post below. Now, if folks are still really resistant about the idea that you've got this, show them that you've got this. Show them your plan. It might be that they're really overprotective, or really nosy, or busybodies, or super bossy in an inappropriate way. If this is the case, if people are really resistant, show them your plan. This might be a calendar where you can show them that you're mapping out and tracking all your symptoms and meds and appointments and stuff. Like, show them that you're responsible, that you're tracking things. Or it might be that you show them the phone tree in your smartphone so that you know exactly who to call, and that you've labeled your most important contacts with ICE in case of emergency so that emergency responders can find them easily on your phone. Or maybe you're like me and you've got like a real game plan where you list out all your priorities and concerns and strategies for how you're going to tackle them. You may want to show them that, or even just tell them that you have that. Look, I don't think that you owe anybody an explanation. As an adult, I don't think you're responsible for proving to people that you've got this. But if you've got loved ones in your life who are pushing, sometimes showing them a little bit about what you've got going on and how much control you have over this, or at least how much planning you're doing and how responsible you're being, can kind of get them to calm down. Show them that you have got this. And then continually thank them for their care and attention. And even if quietly in your mind you're like, you're so annoying, still thank them, show that you appreciate them, and then continually remind them, hey, I've got this. You don't want to burn any bridges because you never know when you're going to need to count on them for support. Okay, let's get real for a second though. It is possible that in your past that you didn't got this. It's entirely possible that in your past you screwed up, that you had some issues, that you didn't handle it very well. And that's okay. I'm not here to judge. It's important for you to get real with yourself. Is there an event in your past where you showed them that you didn't have it together, or a series of events? Is there a time that you faltered? They probably just want to make sure you don't fall through the cracks again. Like I said, I'm not here to judge, and I don't want you to judge yourself. I just want you to get real. If this is the case, if you truly have had times or a time in your past where you didn't have it together, and it gives people a legit reason for being really concerned about you, I really invite you to, first of all, be kind to yourself, and second of all, talk it through with them. Explain to them how this time is different and the things that you've got going on, the plans that you're making that will help you approach things differently. And let them know that you will give them updates when they're necessary so they don't have to keep checking on you over and over again. And considering that this is your life, not theirs, you are well within your rights to say, hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support, and I got this. We don't need to talk about it anymore. But I really appreciate you, and I love that you care, and I got this. And I'll let you know if I need anything. And I really appreciate what you're saying, and I appreciate your thoughtfulness, but I got this. It's the broken record technique. The best thing you can do is continue to remind them of this with pleasant, thankful, gracious responses with confidence. So you're going to want to practice at home in front of a mirror or with a really good friend who knows your whole situation and can tell you, give you little tips. Practice, practice, practice. And if they just won't stop, if they keep asking the same questions, they keep bugging you, tell them to bug off. Show them this video. Show them who's boss, because girl, you got this. Get out there and be a real chronic babe, and you know what? The results are going to show them that you have totally got this. Okay babes, that's what I got for you today. Thank you so much for being with me today for AWAP Wednesday. Tell me what you think. Did you think my advice was good? Did you think it sucked? Have you had great success with managing your micromanagers in the past, or have you learned some hard lessons? Tell us in the comments below. If you liked this video, we have more than 6 hours of AWAP Wednesday for you over at our YouTube channel, so don't miss a thing. There is so much there. Mega bloopers too. If you liked what you saw here, I would love it if you subscribe to our weekly newsletter. It comes out every Wednesday. We'll let you know about videos like this, guest interviews, book reviews, all the stuff that we do at the website and the forum and on social media. And I'm working on a book, and it's gonna be out this spring, and I want you to be the first to find out. All right, that's it. Go out, Show them who's boss. You got this. All right, until we meet again, be AWAP. Mwah. Beep. Remember, or nosy, or super bossy. It might be that people out on the street are honking their horns really loudly.